Are you frustrated with your loved one with dementia? There is a better way. It's really common, when your loved one is first diagnosed to get really, it can be very frustrating from them repeating themselves over and over, telling the same stories, asking the same questions. Their hygiene could start to diminish. Their mood swings, they can get somewhat argumentative, combative, just personality shifts. It really can be challenging and frustrating for the loved ones. I'm Hillary Eldridge, and we're going to talk about caring for someone with dementia. Number one, meet them where they're at. Meeting them where they're at is basically every day their reality could be a little bit different. So rather than kind of reminding them of their space and time, or mom or dad, don't you remember this or remember that? Just meet them where they're at. For example, I went to visit one of our clients and her dementia had really advanced from when we first started to help her. I walked into her apartment and she said, "Hillary, what are you doing on the train?" I was like, "Oh my goodness, Grace, what a coincidence to see you here. I'm so glad we ran into each other." And she said, "Well, who are all these other people here?" And it was just her and I. And I said, I guess they're going where we're going. We'll just kind of wait and see. And we continued our conversation. And sure enough, about 15, 20 minutes later, she was oriented. We were sitting in her apartment. We never talked about the train ride. And her day just continued on. No stress. So another important story to share about meeting them where they're at. We had another client. He had been a very high-powered executive. His whole career, his whole life had been about his career, traveling the world and running everything. And now he was in memory care and he was very agitated. We found out about his background, matched a caregiver with him. She started pretending to be his secretary. During her time with him, she would take notes. He became so calm and comforted. Looking forward to when she walked in the door, it was like all the agitated behaviors, everything went away because he just got to go to work every day that she showed up to help him. Number two, how to improve your communication with your loved ones that have dementia. It's going to require a lot of patience. So just do some deep breathing. Just let them finish their story or tell their story for the 20th time. It's okay. Just be patient. When you're speaking with them, speak slowly and clearly. It takes a while for their brain to process what they're hearing. It helps for them to see your lips move as well as hear the pitch of your voice, to speak clearly and loudly. And don't take things personal. There really is part of the brain is dying. And, it inhibits our behavior. We may not have the same filters we always had. Our moods could be sharper, stress, anxiety. So just, again, try to find the patience with them. And number three, personal hygiene. One of the things with dementia is we just don't have the sense to take the same care of ourselves that we always have. So personal hygiene is really one of those first cues. Something is really not quite right with your loved one. It can be really, stressful again when you see their hygiene slacking. You can see them wearing the same clothes. Their clothes are soiled. You can just tell they haven't had a shower. There's odor. So in another video, we're going to go over some of the tips and how to actually help your loved one maintain their dignity and also improve on their personal hygiene. So number four, self-care for those of you that are caregivers of loved ones with dementia. It is so important you take care of yourself. The burnout rate is so high for family caregivers taking care of their loved ones with dementia. It's a 24/7 job. It's often a thankless job. And it's so important to take that time for yourself. Waking up maybe a little earlier in the day. If, a lot of people have a hard time finding where am I going to find time for myself. Maybe wake up earlier in the day to give yourself some of that time, some meditation, a gratitude journal. Really important to seek outside social activities with friends, family. Really try to stay engaged with them. Go be active. Try to go for a walk. Even if you're going with your loved one, you can go for walks together. It's a great activity to do. You could do yoga. You could do, possibly yoga, chair yoga, maybe with your loved one with dementia. But most of all, just ask for help. It's really okay to ask for help. Whether it's your loved ones, someone in your community, or getting professional help like the services we offer at Home Helpers. So number 5, understanding dementia and the different stages. There is a lot of information out there about dementia. This is just a brief overview. There are different types of dementia, depending on where it's affected the brain. It's also going to present in many different ways for each person. So it's going to be just super important to really get with your neurologist and your professional healthcare team to really understand what this path forward looks like specifically for you and your family. It can be a really scary time for the one with dementia when they get that diagnosis, especially in the earlier stages. You're aware something's not quite right, but you're still trying to grasp onto all of your faculties, and that can be sometimes one of the hardest stages of dementia. A really great way to get into the mindset of caring for your loved one with dementia, just understanding the world they're in. There is a great tool for families and caregivers called the Virtual Dementia Tour. You could Google it. It really helps you understand. They provide different things like headphones, things to wear, glasses that blur your vision. They create a whole virtual world that you are able to kind of walk through that dementia path for about 30 minutes. I can promise you it'll give you really great insights into the struggle, a little bit into the struggles that they face every day walking with this disease. So number 6, get support. So I know I touched on this a bit before about the importance of getting support, but I really cannot stress it enough. The support can be certainly family, friends. There are support groups for dementia care. Just meeting with others that are going through a similar path as yours helps normalize and helps you feel not so alone. You certainly want to get the right healthcare team. Neurologist is going to be a vital, vital part of your path ahead. And there's other support structures. We can help with our services. We've got skilled caregivers, very trained in dementia care, different stages of care, so we can certainly help with any care needs at home to give you a little respite. But there's also assisted living communities have memory care centers within them. Some are better than others. We actually like the 2-tiered approach. There are certain communities that will have different levels of memory care, maybe earlier mid-stage and then much more advanced stage dementia. And I just think that is a really important thing to be looking at, that it might be time that it's just gotten to be too much to stay at home. If you have any questions or would like any support with your loved one with dementia, please reach out to us. Our website is homehelpershomecare.com/Alpharetta. Our phone number is 770-681-0323, and someone is available 24/7 to be that support for you.